What is up guys, it's Solheim here, back with another Wrath of the Lich King Classic video. Today we are doing something quite different than usual. This is just a bonus video really, but it's one I think I need to do, and there's something that we really need to talk about. So for those of you who don't know, which would be quite incredible, considering I'm plugging it in almost every single Wrath video right now, but I've made and published my own gold guide for Wrath of the Lich King Classic. This is a guide that will show you exactly how to make gold in Wrath Classic based on multiple principles. We cover gold farming, gold making, professions, investments, and concrete gold making techniques. It is basically all of the information I have on how to make gold in Wrath put into one place. So in this video, I want to talk a little bit about why I made a gold guide for Wrath, to give you guys a bit more information on my thought process, as well as answer your questions about it. Before we get into all of that, I do want to say a massive thank you to everyone who has purchased the guide so far. The support really has been insane, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that. All of my expectations have been completely blown out of the water, and I'm so happy to see there is such an interest around gold farming and gold making in Wrath of the Lich King, as that is an area of the game that I personally enjoy the most, so seeing other people share the same interest is awesome. I have also received so many direct messages thanking me for the effort that I put into the guide, and the positive feedback has been almost overwhelming. And just in case some of you have purchased the guide and have sent me those messages, and are also watching this video right now, even though I also responded to you in the messages, I just want to say thank you one more time. Thank you. So why exactly did I make this guide? Let's try to go over this step by step. Okay, number 1, helping others. Ever since I started making videos on YouTube, my entire thought process was to use my knowledge and experience to help others. I started out making Rocket League videos, where I made trading tutorials after I successfully traded my way from 1 key to 2,500 keys, only by trading. For those of you who don't play Rocket League, 1 key is $1, so I basically purchased $1 and traded my way to $2,500. From there I made a series of videos on exactly how to find profitable trades and scaling up. After doing that for a while, I transitioned to World of Warcraft content. I've been playing World of Warcraft forever, it's always been my main game, and my focus has always been gold making and informational guides prior to an expansion launch. For example, before Classic WoW came out, I had a video for each profession covering how to make gold with it, and I did the same for TBC, where I went more in depth on every single profession and every single class, and I also spent hundreds of hours testing out farms on the TBC beta to find the most profitable farms for the launch of TBC, one of which I made over 1,000 gold per hour from, which was pretty good at the launch of TBC. So to my point then, if I didn't want to help others, I wouldn't be making gold farming videos or guides on how to make gold. By sharing my experience and knowledge, I am literally losing myself gold. By sharing my investments and which items I'm buying, I am losing myself gold because I'm telling other people to buy the same items that I am also buying, causing the prices to go up. By making gold farming videos, I am losing myself gold because more people will be farming those same materials, usually at the same locations as I make videos on, and selling the same materials, driving up the supply and using simple supply versus demand metrics. We know that is not a good thing if you think profitability. If I did not want to help others, I wouldn't make content. Some people say that I'm in it for the money, but with the RPM and CPM of YouTube, I am literally making less than half of what I'm making at my already low-paying job. So if I wanted to make more money, I would simply grab more shifts at my job, wouldn't I? Back in the Classic WoW days, I made even less as well, probably half of what I make now, making that 1/4 of what I made at my job, and still, people said I only made videos for money. Next up is Exclusivity. There's a lot of value in exclusivity, and that's one of the main reasons why people are still selling courses instead of giving them out for free. Information is valuable, and the more people that have access to the information, the less valuable that information becomes. In Classic WoW, I gave out all of my information for free, or I guess I should say 98% of my information for free, and I had a Patreon at the time where I put out some early access information specifically for investments, and even back then we saw that the 2% that was given out on Patreon was already massively more profitable than the other 98%, simply because of the exclusivity principle. Now, I'm not saying exclusivity should always be locked behind a paywall, but doing that is the easiest way of obtaining exclusivity, and also rewarding loyal viewers at the same time. Other ways of obtaining exclusivity would be to have giveaways for the guide, which will come closer to Wrath's launch, and also hiding a code in a video so people who watch the entire video and pay close attention might get the guide for free, like 1 code per video or something, which could be something I use in the future. Next up, having all of the information in one place is valuable, regardless of whether you know the information or not having to manually search for everything, but instead having it all in one place, easily viewable, and you can look it up at any time, is incredibly valuable. All of the gold-making information is already out there somewhere, but it's spread out across 247 different videos, 39 different podcasts, and 62 website articles. But by having the guide, you have it all in one place. This is another basic principle of business used by a lot of businesses, as 99.99% of all the information in the world is already out there, accessible for free somehow, yet people still pay hundreds of thousands of, well, I wrote gold, but hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to school so they can be taught the information by someone who has gathered all of the information into one or multiple books or presentations. I'm not saying that buying my gold guide is like going to school, but I'm using that to illustrate my point here. Next up then, early access. By having the guide, you have early access to all of my Wrath investments, aka items that you can buy right now in TBC that are still valuable in Wrath of the Lich King, some of which have already quadrupled in price after the release of my gold guide, giving early buyers already insane profits. The exclusivity argument also comes into play here, as I have previously made all of my investments public, and what happens then is that nobody makes profit, because everyone buys it all instantly, jacking up the prices beyond profitability. By locking these investments behind exclusivity, less people know about them, but the people who do know about them also makes a lot more profit, and if I do make them public at some point, the people who bought them early can capitalize on insane profits. You also have early access to all of the Wrath gold farms in the guide, which is insanely valuable at the launch of Wrath Classic, so you know exactly what to farm for and where to farm. I will obviously make gold farming videos at the launch of Wrath Classic, but if there is 50 different gold farms, and if I do 1 video per day, that will take me 50 days to go through, while if you have the guide, you have access to all of them from day 1. Last but not least, buying the gold guide is a way to support me as a content creator, and also get a useful product back at the same time. Some people shield their Patreon, where you can pay them monthly, other people shield their Cash App, or YouTube membership, where you can pay them monthly to support them. I am offering you a useful product for the video game that I'm making content for, and the video game that you're watching content for as well, and since it's my guide and I published it, buying it also supports me as a content creator and me as a person, so the way I see it, this is infinitely more valuable than just paying me on a monthly basis through YouTube memberships or Twitch Primes, as you get a useful product back for the money you spend, and it's a one-time purchase where you get the updates for free. So this video has basically been one huge promotion or advertisement for my gold guide, but I felt like I had to talk about it. I want to say that so far I've only received positive messages from people who have bought the guide, and the only negative comments I've seen on YouTube is from people who have not bought the guide and are prematurely judging it without even knowing what it contains, so that should say something. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this video. This will be the only video I make like this talking about the guide in such length, but I'm guessing if this wasn't your type of video, you would have clicked off already, and if you are still watching, just know that I honestly really appreciate you. Please take the time to click that like button though. I know a lot of people forget to do that these days. It is not something you do on autopilot, but please just scroll down and click it. It helps out massively, and I would appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.